But Alan also mentioned because of these extra credit cards, you no longer have cash flow. And so there's no real money being put inside your bank account. As a matter of fact, he had mentioned that you guys only have about $500, which is less than 1 month of living. So my goal was to show you how to increase your bank balance so that you have at least 6 months of living. You protect your FICO, you stop leaning on credit card debt, and create the cash flow that you need to protect yourself and also give some security for the children in the household. Does that sound about right, Miss Allen?
Yeah, it sounds like you guys had a long conversation.
Yeah, we sure did. I just want to make sure I covered everything. Is there anything that I missed?
No, that sounds
Okay.
about.
Okay, yeah, so pause. I already booked Mrs. Allen. So when the call takes place, the very first thing is you need to understand that your delivery needs to be in a specific order. So not only are you delivering certain pieces of information in an order and like you mean to do it in specific order, because what you're doing is you're controlling the perception of it is very huge. So understand that. So I'm going to switch seats with you. So you're now the client and we set up this appointment at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock because I knew that your wife was going to be there. And when we ended the conversation, it was more about, just like what you did, like, hey, I'm gonna put some numbers together and information together and show you what you qualify for today. And about maybe 6, 7 o'clock when your wife's home, I'm going to go ahead and get your consent. And you have to do it from a home computer. You can't do it from a cell phone. That sounds fucking legit, right?
Yeah, sounds really smart and technical.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's some geek squad shit, but it works and it sounds official. And here's the reason. Because when I call you on the second call, it's going to sound like this. And this is fucking butter, bro. Hey, Alan, this is Daniel. I'm about to send out the information and I found something. I didn't have a chance to actually go over it with you on the first call. And I'm going to go ahead and send it out, but I want your feedback first. Real quick, before I send it out to you, you had mentioned that Mrs. Allen is at home. She there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you put me on speakerphone?
Boom, speakerphone.
Boom. All right. Hey, Mrs. Allen, this is Daniel. I had a chance to actually speak with your husband, Alan. And earlier today, he asked me to put some information together to show you how to improve your existing terms so that both of you can put a solution over a few things that he had mentioned. I want to make sure I got everything covered. So now that you're joining us, let me make sure I covered everything in the information I'm going to send you. So Alan had mentioned earlier today that right now, your primary focus is to get a lower rate than 1.5 on your 30-year fix. He also asked that I put no closing costs on there as well. So I'm going to show you how to get there, but there's some information that I found first that I didn't have a chance to cover with him that I want to be able to cover with both of you. Now, Alan had mentioned to me that the reason why you needed extra savings was to pay off a $30,000 credit card that you guys ramped up because you had an improvement that you guys did on your house, or you lost your overtime, right? So you had to finance certain debts or whatever it is. He also mentioned the reason why he was concerned about that was because that is what is putting you both in a deficit right now. Now, I understand that you may have lost some hours or your income may have changed. And so now you're leaning on credit cards, which Alan had mentioned that he understands that it's going to affect your credit score. Now, your credit score is most important because anything you finance is going to be determined on your credit score. So if you got a bad credit score, you're going to be paying more than you need to. My job is to show you how to not pay more than you need to. And if anything, not rely on credit cards at all. But Alan also mentioned because of these extra credit cards, you no longer have cash flow. And so there's no real money being put inside your bank account. As a matter of fact, he had mentioned that you guys only have about $500, which is less than 1 month of living. So my goal was to show you how to increase your bank balance so that you have at least 6 months of living. You protect your FICO, you stop leaning on credit card debt, and create the cash flow that you need to protect yourself and also give some security for the children in the household. Does that sound about right, Miss Allen?
Yeah, it sounds like you guys had a long conversation.
Yeah, we sure did. I just want to make sure I covered everything. Is there anything that I missed?
No, that sounds
Okay.
about.
Okay, yeah, so pause. I already booked Mrs. Allen. Now, this is how it goes. All right, because he had mentioned that it was important, what I didn't discuss with him is that we actually have an opportunity right now. It's a campaign that expires at the end of this month. Now, it expired because we actually launched it at the beginning of last month before the market ticked up. But obviously, you probably already realized that the market ticked up, so we had to put an expiration to that campaign. However, I can ask my manager to maybe fit you into this campaign even though the market rate has increased, but he's going to ask me for a full file and also all the reason why we should get you in this campaign. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to say, okay, but if he does, what this will do is create enough savings to where you replenish your bank account, you have a positive surplus at the end of each month versus a deficit, and you're not reliant on credit cards, which will protect your FICO. Now, my goal is to show you how to put this in place so that in 6 to 12 months, I can show you how to pay this house off sooner if that's something that you're interested in. But I first need to figure out, is that even something that you'd want to do? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to have to worry about these rates going up.
Completely agree. I thought you'd say that. So here's the thing is, I'm going to send you over an email of a few documents I need. I got a meeting reserved with my manager at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you can get your documents in with me, I'm going to fight for you to see if I can get you access to this campaign. If we can, then what we can do is put these pieces in place so you can protect your FICO, rebuild your assets. And in 6 months, when your assets are replenished and strong, your FICO is strong, your equity is stronger, I'm going to show you how to shorten the term or increase your month-to-month savings. But I need those documents first. So I'm going to go ahead and email it over to you. Now, here's the details real quick. And this is where I do my recorded lock script, right?
Right.
So here's the details. So the estimated loan amount is going to be this. It's going to be on a 30-year term. You're going to pay 1 point, which is prepaid interest. Prepaid interest is real estate interest. So as your CPA will confirm, it's all tax deductible. Anyway, you could talk to him about that, but this prepaid interest will enable you to keep the lower rate. If you don't want to finance that prepaid interest, keep in mind that you still skip a payment and you get an escrow balance refund. I did the math already, and that's going to be about $6,000 in a surge of cash flow. In my opinion, because you only got $500 in the bank, what I personally would do is just put that in the bank, finance the prepaid interest, pay it off later. There's no prepayment penalty. But the whole tonality is it's in motion already.
Yeah.
Not once did I mention the rate or the fee to you yet, right?
Right.
Or besides, the points.
Right.
You're already bought in. This was
Yeah,
something that
you've already
you.
hit their pain points. You've already made it like, you know what their pain points are. So you basically bring it back up for them so that it's in their mind and they go, yeah, like we do need this.
Yes. And that's the number one question is like, how do you insert urgency in a market that's rising? You insert urgency by using creativity and painting the picture that your prospect sees. They only see what you tell them. So we have so much power